Breaking news, massive waves batter French streets, pets rescued amid widespread European flooding, devastating impact on daily life and economy. France, in a dramatic display of nature's power, huge waves crashed through streets in coastal towns of France, wreaking havoc and prompting emergency rescues. Torrential rains and severe flooding have engulfed parts of Europe, leaving communities grappling with extensive damage to homes, vehicles, and infrastructure. The storms, which struck late on Monday, saw coastal regions of France hit particularly hard, with waves rising several meters high, flooding streets, and sweeping debris into residential areas. Local authorities reported numerous instances of pets trapped in flooded homes, prompting rescue teams to spring into action. Video footage from the scene showed dogs, cats, and other animals being carried to safety through chest-deep waters by emergency workers. The unprecedented flooding has upended life in cities across France, leaving a deep impact on businesses, schools, and everyday activities. In major urban centers, streets have transformed into rivers, submerging vehicles and ground-floor properties. Businesses, particularly small enterprises, have been hit hard, with many stores and offices forced to shut down indefinitely due to water damage and power outages. Retail sectors are losing critical revenue as customers stay home, and supply chains have been severely disrupted. The floods have left hundreds of homes inundated, forcing families to evacuate. Cars were seen submerged, with many swept away by strong currents, adding to the widespread damage. Power outages were also reported in several areas as the violent weather conditions downed power lines. Across Europe, countries like Italy, Spain, and Germany are also feeling the brunt of the storm system, with meteorologists attributing the extreme weather to a rare combination of low-pressure systems and warm air currents from the Mediterranean. Several regions remain on high alert, with more heavy rainfall expected in the coming days. Authorities are urging residents to stay indoors and avoid travel where possible. Rescue operations are ongoing, with teams working around the clock to provide shelter and aid to those affected by the deluge. Massive floods have ravaged France, as overflowing rivers devastated 10 departments, causing widespread destruction. Torrential rains have led to infrastructure damage, road closures, and emergency evacuations across the country. Thousands of homes are underwater, and critical services have been disrupted, sparking concerns across Europe. French authorities have declared states of emergency in several regions as rescue operations continue. The extent of the damage has left neighboring countries on high alert as they brace for further repercussions of the extreme weather event. Schools in the affected departments remain closed as authorities struggle to ensure the safety of students. Educational institutions have shifted to remote learning where possible, though connectivity issues persist in several flood-hit regions. Parents are scrambling to find childcare solutions as many workplaces are either closed or have shifted to remote operations. Public transportation systems are in chaos, with trains, buses, and metros unable to operate in flooded areas. Commuters in cities like Paris, Lyon, and Toulouse face extensive delays, with authorities urging residents to stay home unless absolutely necessary. For many, this disruption means missing work or facing challenges in maintaining their livelihoods. Firefighters, police, and rescue teams across the affected regions have been deployed to deal with the unfolding crisis. With many areas still at risk of further flooding, the government has called for caution and emphasized the importance of following emergency protocols. The economic toll is mounting, with estimates pointing to billions of euros in damages. Key industries, including agriculture in rural areas and tourism in major cities, are facing severe losses as floodwaters inundate farmlands and wash away crops, while iconic landmarks and cultural sites are temporarily shuttered, keeping tourists at bay. French authorities are working round the clock to control the situation, deploying thousands of rescue workers and military personnel to help those stranded or displaced. Despite these efforts, the overwhelming scale of the disaster has sparked fears of long-term economic and social fallout, as citizens cope with the immense damage to their homes, communities, and livelihoods. As the situation continues to evolve, officials warn that the full scale of the damage is yet to be assessed, and the priority remains ensuring the safety of citizens and their pets. Meteorologists predict that the storms are far from over, and regions across Europe are bracing for more severe weather. Flood warnings remain in place, with rivers and coastal areas at high risk of overflowing. Stay tuned for further updates as rescue efforts continue and weather conditions develop on Nature Reality.